Hi there YouTube, XtremeTrainz here. So, as you can see in front of me, looking at another international engine, Yong, and he's someone who appeared in The Great Race and is now appearing back in Big World, Big Adventures and also Season 22, which I think is pretty exciting. I think he's got a really interesting design, so I can't wait to have a look at how they've rendered him in Thomas Wood. So, what are we waiting for? Let's do it. So we've got the standard Thomas Wood packaging, photo there, engine here. Hello! Come around to the back, you can see we get this. There we go. So that's a pretty good bio. Again, I think it seems that the less common the engines are, the more interesting the bios, which doesn't make a lot of sense because we know the least about them. Or maybe it actually makes the most sense, I don't know. But yeah, to me that's just weird. I don't understand a lot of the decisions they're making with these bios. I don't understand all the decisions that Fisher-Price Mattel is making. So if someone could explain that to me, that would be really nice too, but alas. Alright, there's a photo of him there. What are we waiting for? Let's get him out of this packaging. Alright, and here is Yong out of his packaging. So let's just decouple him from his tender so we can take a look. I'll just spin him around so we can get the full kind of view. Alright, so coming in on that front, I think they've done a really good job with the face here. Love the way they've got the eyebrows right and the face is right. However, I think the problem with particularly Thomas Wood, but also all these mediums, is that because this is all cast in one colour, there's like a lot of red. And yes, Yong is a lot of red, but he also has that yellow and the green. And I think they've done a really good job of rendering the yellow, but the green, because the running board's all kind of the same, is a bit lost. So I think that even though he's got this green printing, it doesn't really stand out on the front here like it should, particularly because you've got so much red here. And then even there's a bit of green, as you can see, if I follows it through, I think it's a bit lost. So he ends up looking very red, even though I think, you know, he does have those kind of green elements. The other big thing that's missing is he doesn't have his dragon on the top there. And, like, if Thomas Minis can put the dragon on the top, I think it is very unfortunate and regrettable that this design couldn't. Like, I don't understand why they couldn't have at least printed some, again, had they just printed some green around the top here or some eyes, would have made a whole lot of difference, but they didn't, and I think that's a bit sad. Nice to see they did actually print the sides of his smoke deflectors, which is good, and not necessarily what I expected, but that's definitely unfortunate. Coming around to the details he does have, rather than what he doesn't, again, they're quite good. This Thomas Wood printing, as I said, is quite good, very high quality. As you can see, you got a lot of detail in here, which is nice. This is all nice, this is nice. Again, the weird splits and the not straight lines. Like, this one is not straight, this one is straight. I don't understand. How does this happen? He's actually properly painted black. I have no missing kind of scratchy bits on there, which is nice. Yep, that's really nicely done. And then you can see he's got 3 red wheels, well, 3 on each side, 6 altogether. Yong written there, yep, same on the back, so that's the front part. Looking at now the tender, they did at least get the nice dragon on there. Again, this situation is a bit weird, but we've talked about that ad nauseum by now. Red wheels, printing on the top, I like this, that they put the red detail there, but again, does it overcome the weirdness of these tenders? I don't really know. Yong tender. Interesting, this tender, my front magnet is not attached properly. I don't know if you can see it, there's a little gap there. Where there's not meant to be one. Like the back one sits pretty much flush, but this one is definitely like leaning upwards. It's like bent up a little bit, which I think is a little bit of a problem. But I have got a couple of Thomas Wood items which haven't been done properly, so that's a bit of a shame. In terms of putting them together, again, I think he looks alright together, and he's certainly, again, they've done a good job, as I said, credit them. In the same way Gordon, because he's very tall as he can be for a Thomas Wood engine, he does look quite big and strong and powerful. So I think they've done a good job in making him as big and impressive as they can, especially with the really big, you know, smoke deflectors as they can in Thomas Wood. But I just think that the colouring is off, and I think it really makes, when you kind of come this far away, he looks very, very red, and he should not be that red. He should have some other colours in there. So I think that's probably the biggest issue, because I think that, yeah, he's actually got a quite interesting design, and I think they've just mucked it up by not printing the front of this section properly and just not putting enough green in there by the nature of Thomas Wood. If you want some comparisons again, here's Thomas, which again is a little bit ridiculous when you do that. I mean, obviously in all Thomas Wood and Railway, Thomas Wood, all toy lines have been a bit ridiculous. But again, you know, Thomas is still very big compared to Yong Bao, and they, you know, he should be a lot bigger, as we see in the show. And again, if we come up to someone like Gordon, you know, like these two look good together, like, but the problem is it's really just the tender which makes them big and scary looking. But as I've said, you know, the problem is that the tender almost looks like another carriage. So, yeah. Sad. So, that's my feelings about Yong Bao. Cool design, which I think they didn't do the best job of, and again, I actually think is better done in Thomas Minis, which is embarrassing, because Thomas Minis are a $2, $3 toy, and this is a $15, $20, $25 toy in Australia. So, why this way? He's not going to be staying on my desk, which is the engines I really like from Thomas Wood are going. So, sorry Yong Bao, you're going into storage. As always though, thanks for watching guys, that's what we've got time for. This is XtremeTrainz.